Hello? That was weird. Okay. Now I already lost my connection to Twitch for a moment there. So that's a problem. Anyway, what all you missed was the guy's not here anymore. The entire place doesn't even have furniture. So Ransom moved in. There's no one to keep the pests away. You guys let me know if anything starts happening on the stream again, by the way. Welcome back, dear. What would a good enough interrogator have to say for himself? Gone? Huh. Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. In Galetown, outside Yomo. You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there was saying you were a dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat whenever you like, wherever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house. I was fighting dragons, I'm primals, and now I have a job here. Fighting bugs! Well, to be fair, Ori. To be fair. One of those primals was a bug.
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Tis good to see you, my friend. The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, Alfino, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
Oh.
Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before. I see. Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may. It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the Source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral Calamity. Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the Calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire. Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin-Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure? And so we take to the road once more.
I actually wonder how long it was for the people going through it the first time. Between Alfie going off and the beginning of Shadowbringers. Assuming you have no objections, let's make our way directly to the city outskirts. If we have time of arrival just right, you'd be lucky enough to see why I have yet to step foot in Yulmore, despite my best efforts to do so. Come, from here we must head west, and then cross the small bridge. Unicorn! Big yawn. Collegia seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. I had a similar impression to Xterium. Even in the Citizen world, people are much the same. To think, however, whenever a calamity struck the Source, a reflection such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. No! Get away from me! Over there! Quickly! Someone's in trouble! Let's take the face, you! Look out! Actually, no, it was Alice's side we did. Do we play up to the end of Alice's? Oh my god. Thank you, young miss. Ah, there you are. In all my haste, I lost my bearings. But see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you alright, madam? Just a few bruises from where I fell. Nothing compared to what is in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I also thought it was better for my feet are not as swift as they once were. And I knew there's no one left for me to hear my scream. Now that I let that stop me. I should have probably left my old house behind and queue up outside Yomo with the rest of them. Not those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate has to be safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, unless you make sending your task any easier. Thank you again. You saved my life. Not sure like yes, it's not little to fear. I wouldn't linger any longer in this place. There's not to be here, but a year with cobwebs and memories. Tis as the lady says. Many of these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Yomo's shadow. Should the sinners descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, why have you been told of these monsters? A brief history then. It was not long after the flood swallowed the bare part of the world that the Sinears first appeared. Some beastly, some boisterous. Yet regardless of the form, all seem incapable of speech, and all are driven by the same insatiable appetite for mortal ether. They are predators, and we are their prey. Kalusia suffers from far fewer attacks than most regions. Even so, the list of the Sinear's victims grows longer by the day, a tragedy without end. Still, we have won a small victory at a time. Now, shall we press on? We need to return to the fork roads and follow the path that leads west. I know I did Alce with Katie and Lilith. Did I do Alfie on my own? I'm trying to remember something from quite literally a year ago, so...
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Your attention, please! Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all! Yulmore extends its warmest regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy. Even on days when fish is not on the menu! Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We may not at all.
Fish, is it? Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in the City of Splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor. Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident! For you!
Ah, look!
Enjoy!
Thank goodness.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity, yet the whole arrangement just seems... well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Now do you understand why my attempts to say have thus far come to naught? The dubious privilege of residency must be won via contest with ever-changing rules. The status policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Yomo's current ruler came into power. Yet from what I've seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I tried to propose out ways they could improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now. I'm worried that... well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gatetown and judge for your situation for yourself. still here, are you? Can't blame you for wanting a slice of Yomo's pie, if you ask me. You should ditch that sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gate Town's not much to look at, but at least it's safe. And the meal is the best thing I've ever tasted. What are we doing? A large pot bubbles over the flames. Pale chunks meal, you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of a life that waits me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? It's very, balloon. Yes, balloons. See what Ketan has to offer? The people can no longer fend for themselves. They've begun to depend on handfuls of meal and believe Yomo to be the answer to all their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable to conceive any other way of life. Looks like an art installation for a cancerous tumor. It is difficult to make a final judgment without first seeing the city's inner workings. Maybe it's that uncertainty which always makes me feel so ill at ease here. None of that matters. However, unjust the system seems to be. If these people claim to interact with their lot, content with their lot, it seems hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who would have chosen to forego Yomo's largest say are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they all but forced to seek refuge in Gate Town, and so hamlets and fields across the land are left empty and unattended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I'm not convinced that Yomo's generosity serves the best interests of the Colusian people. I'm not so naive as to think there's some miraculous solution to all this. I cannot help but frown at the sight of the handiwork villagers struggling to survive. He has a chosen few rejoice at the being plucked from poverty by the hand of a capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long delayed steps from through Yomo's gates. It's fortunate that you arrived when you did, Relina. I've been working on a scheme to instigate myself into the city, and if all goes to plan, I should soon come to fruition. Oh no. You're going to swim in, aren't you? That is the Bish tribe who makes its home in the seas surrounding the island, the Ondo. They are called, though, and I know them as the Sahagan. For the most part, they keep themselves in their ocean grottos, and rarely have to deal with land dwellers. But as the Taro took such pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kagane, Men's favours the bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondo are originally fond of land grown and produce fresh fruits in particular. And when I offered to produce such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor. Would you not agree? Surely even as the most jaded Yomo and Lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls for plums and pumpkins? Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. My appointment with Leondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to produce the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Excellent. I shall be glad to have your company. First things first then, we must pay a visit to the Moshamoi, my supplier on right. Come, it's just to the northwest of here. Well, beats my plan being the jesters are taking their clothes and not because I want to make a good reason why I shrunk to 3 feet. Something I can do for you, friend. Good day to you, Mashamoi. This is my associate, Relina. You are like the produce I purchased. Eh? I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I know no such person. Mr. Lad, short blue hair? No? He said he'd come on your behalf. And since he seemed to know all the details, I just assumed. Confound it. Someone must be eavesdropping on our conversation. This charlatan was here not long ago. He can't have gone far. We shall split up and search the area. You have a vantage point on the south side of the town, and I shall take to the west. Off and over with the spear! Cover! 1, 2! Found them! Right! We're dealing with a thief. Better get the tank. Relina, any sign of him? You have a keen eye. Let us move in. Make sure he makes his good on his escape. Everlasting light. Hello. I believe you stole some fruit from me.
There you are. The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Tell me then, Kai Shear, must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Christerium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmoran's interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai Shear, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best. We strive to bring swift salvation to this world, that countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
That's not who you are.
I suppose not. Were Estinian here, he would most likely scoff at my soft-heartedness.
Same old Alfino, ever the slave to sentiment.
But I thank you for your kind words nonetheless. Let us see to it that both these stories have a happy ending. Shall we return to Wright then? Is that? I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble. Come on, they may need our help.
So the cinematography for Shadowbringers is a massive step up to what we had in previous ones, if you've already noticed already. They are doing a lot of good work with the lighting and the environment here to make it look like a lot better than it is. But there's also little tricks, like, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm always darker than everyone around me. Like, there's always at least something giving me a shadow in the cutscenes. That should take care of the worst of the injuries. Mercy. Mercy, I beg you. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. The poor man is shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. My goodness! He really has come a long way. I thought for certain I was dead. I'll remember to repay this kindness. Well, we'll settle for the tale being your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Tristal. I was invited to work in Yomo to work as an artist. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures of them. But when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless. My grave sit in Lord Vothry's city. Within days they had me brought before the man himself. They asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I done my wish to leave. Little did I know how soon he grabbed my wish. They flung me over the balsage into the goddamn ocean. From up there? How long are you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Well, if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric punishment. Oh, without a second thought, when Lord Vothry passes his judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. Now you, Mo, his word is law. The more I hear about this Yomo, the more determined I am to see what waits within his walls. I shall bend all thoughts towards securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first we should convey Tristal to the shelter of the village. Fire no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. Way into the city. The other business doing it is, of course, that. They did a really, really good job on the light flood. But they actually did a lot of. They were actually doing a presentation about this on Saturday. About how they make the environments in this game. It involves cameras and going on a massive journey. Pray accept my deepest gratitude. I owe both my life. And if you'll permit me, I would assist you in your attempt to enter Yomo. As far as I am able, at any rate. To be frank, though, the thought of sending my saviors into that awful place makes me sick to my stomach. But since it's plain that you set your mind on it, you should take this. It's my favorite paintbrush. The Yeoman elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want. And if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used paintbrush, you may be able to convince them you have the talent for painting. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I'd gladly give it away after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, I always haven't decided. I shan't stay long in this place, not with that city brooding over me. Now I'll move on to new lands and your new profession, and I'll keep you in my prayers until my dying day. They say kindness is his own reward, but your soul has repaid us with a gift as timeless as was expected. We will, however, need to act upon his advice before another painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Therefore, I do have some Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with a paintbrush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course. But enough to play the role, I would hope. Alphinaud, I have seen your art. You are lying. Or being modest. To get praise. As for you, if you don't mind taking on the supporting role, mayhap you could pose as my assistant. Then it is held. All we need to do now is return to Gate Town and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. Yes! Absolutely they would be, Ori. Probably the latter end's probably out getting browbeaten for his saucy uni artwork. Here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, your attendance once more. What is a day for the folks at our door? We welcome the peddler who made pearls from a plum, and now we've made a painter of a plum. So come along and don't be slow. It's time to let your colors show. I can paint. Portraits at least. Landscapers and still lifes are still so rarely commissioned these days. Oh ho, I thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. What fortunate you should feel at ease around an easel. For proof have you, O Palace? Any masterpieces on your person? Sadly not. Everything I painted has been sold. Such is the life of a working artist. I have only my brush to testify for me, so you will know there's been no small amount of service. Flakes of paint, both old and new, are too much loved and much used. Not a plot to conjure on the hop. Very well, come with us and we'll put those talents to the test. And who is this hanger-on? Well-washer or parasite? Why, this is my assistant. She is on feeling support allows my art to flourish. I will go with her, or not at all. Parasite, then. We shall leave our fate in the hands of your new employer. It matters not a whit to us. And having filled this vacant space, we retire to you most sweet embrace. Oh, mercy me, the meal! We almost took our leave without leaving a loving token. We must empty the sacks ere we make our way back.
Redemption is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days. Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
Welcome, welcome to the City of Final Pleasures. Feel free to weep as it is magnificence. No? Not even a single tear? Moving right along then. Our first task is to register you as residents. You know, make it all nice and official. We'll smooth the way, so you need to put on your happy faces and head to the joyous halls. The Bureau of Immigration is in the first room on the left side of the passage. Declare your name and occupation in a nice loud voice. The clerks will tell you where to go from there. Oh, I'll pay no mind to those folks off to the side of the road. Much like the hopefuls in Gate Town, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If, however, you enjoy basking in the envy of your fellow man, then by all means, take your time. But why waste another moment? Go! Enjoy the beginning of your new life in pleasure. Oh, paradise. The Bureau of Immigration, was it? I suppose we better show ourselves willing for the time being. How have I still not got that? Welcome to Yomo, unfortunate friends. May I have your names? I am Alvinot, an artist, and this is Relina, my assistant. Ah, yes, I was informed of your imminent arrival. We can forego the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizens of Yomo are divided into two classes. They are the free, who are blessed with the favour of Lord Vothry, and the bonded, who work for the employ of their free. You'll be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve as a patron in the capacity for which you were chosen. Or in your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free, or accept work as a general labourer. I see. Might you tell us something of the patron we are to serve? The two patrons, actually. Kai Nuz and Dulia Chai. Misto couple who most prefer to the Kais. They're both gentle souls, but I would ask that you conduct yourself with respect and humility, for your own sake as much as theirs. Now, a moment, please, while I complete the relevant paperwork. All in order? These are your registration documents. Take these papers to the doors and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped, you will be officially Yomo citizens. Enjoy your new life in paradise. Now going to be your registration. Papers, please. Now we're here. Alpha Nodaris, Relina, Artist Assistant, to be employed in the service of Lord Kai Nuz and Lady Julia Kai. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Your registration is hereby approved. I think it's best we deliver you to the Kai's residence before... Oh dear. You smell hideous. Did she call through here through a ditch? It's like an unholy miasma of dust and sweat and musk of some unwashed beast. Proceed directly to the Lucy next door and scrub yourselves clean. Use your showers are free. After you rinse away that stench, you'll be splash yourself with this perfume. Liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, then you may proceed to the Kai residence. Corone and the guards on the stairs will give you those directions. I didn't realize we were so romantic. I did just get here from a war zone, Alfie. We're to bathe here then. You rinse yourself clean in the water. Oh, yeah. You apply the perfume as directed, and the delicate scent of roses fills the air. Oh, you've showered and dressed already, have you? Is it not? As I say, it seems rather exposed for one's ablutions, does it not? Hey, Magpie, I'm alright. When she just... Very well, I shall endeavour to emulate her boldness then. Courage, Alphino. I'll be yourself. Well, that was bracing. I believe the lingering smells of the road have been successfully expunged. Shall we go and present ourselves to our new patrons then? Oh, nice! You're looking to present yourselves to the Kais, are you? Let me explain how the city is laid out then. Imagine 3 layers, one on top of the other. This layer here is called the buttress. Above us is the understory, where the military has its headquarters. And above that, you got the canopy, which is where the free citizens of Yomo spend their days. So if you want to find your patrons, you'll need to keep climbing until you run out of stairs. Then look for the Grand Dame's Parlour. They'll be there, like it's not. Yeah, honestly, all 3 were comedy options. Bringing up Estanian, bringing up how his sister is so much more bolder. In the distance, you can probably hear Barrett crying from the amount of stairs we've had this stream. He's screaming at this point. And then the warrior light having no chill.
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you are in search of an artist.
Ah, you must be the new,
Oh, goodness me! What an adorable boy! That silken hair, those pearly cheeks, oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers. I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he'll paint us the most delightful pictures.
Yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Yulmore.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
My God, Alfie.
your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all. Of all people, 'tis she who best understands my work. With her unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations. Once the picture has begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than her being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city she has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for her priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on her behalf.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have her wish. She shall be free to roam to her heart's content. Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
Now the other opportunity to experience your mall, I suggest you make the most of it. Explore the city top to bottom. In other words, I will start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls mayhap. Such places are usually filled with colourful characters, only too eager to share the local gossip with a friendly visitor. I would appreciate, of course, if you could share any discovery with me in turn. We should both learn as much as possible about our new place of residence. As an aside, I am so happy that the capitalist patron we have is a literal fat cat. She is a delight, but still. Oh, hello there. A fresh visitor, are we? You seem a little lost. Well, it is lovely to make your acquaintance. Speaking of acquaintances, you should happen to have run into your wanderings, would you? Big strong lad, long hair, tied back. He was escorting me on a shopping errand when I realised I'd dropped my handkerchief. And now I've been waiting here all along while he's been searching for it. I'm not terribly fond of being alone. If you do see him, I would be obliged if you could pass on the message. Forget the sale handkerchief and return to my side at once. I'm sorry, DG. but I can't help but notice it. Oh dear! Wicked, wait, that was too close. Thank you, friend. I don't know what I'd have done if you hadn't come along. I was trying to rescue my young lady's handkerchief, you see. The wind must have blown it over the edge. But luckily I caught on something. I thought if I could just stretch out far enough. She is my entire world. Without her, I am nothing. When I first came to Yomo, I thought only of improving my lot in life. But there was so much more to the city than wealth and plenty. There's no war here, no conflict. The residents all treat each other with warmth and respect. My mistress has ever been kind to me, and I can think of no other place in Kalusia where I could possibly be happier. Sorry, I must have got carried away. I find it hard to stop when I start counting my blessings these days. Please, you should come with me to meet my lady. Once she hears of your deed, you'll be witness to her generosity firsthand. What? Lonely, you say? Curse my clumsy feet! I must return to her immediately! My attendant told me everything, and I'm so very grateful you were there to offer your assistance. As if you were a member of my own family. I could not live a wonderful life if I led without him. We free citizens own the bond in our unending gratitude. Mayhappen in our society, our different standings would breed prejudice or resentment, but Yomo, a most glorious measure is in place to avert such unpleasantness. Part of the measure requires that the free surrender their fortunes upon registration. All our property, financial, intellectual, or otherwise, is given over to the city. In exchange, we are to provide ample funds and commodities to live a life of pampered luxury. Being liberated from the concern of earning coin has an almost miraculous effect on people's outlook. There are no rivals to compete against, only fellow residents with whom to enjoy our tranquil existence. Now if you'll excuse us, I must see what markets have to offer as a reward for the return of my handkerchief. Oh, I had not forgotten you, of course. Our courageous messenger returned to rescue her. All this talk relying on the bonded, and I have given you thoughts what your duties might be. I hope I haven't interrupted your work unduly. A tour of the sea, is it? You must first visit the beehive. It's always buzzing with activity. Local humour. Anyway, a lady by the name of Trusty Bee usually has our seat near the entrance. She would gladly speak with you on a number of topics. Assuming you find yourself under good sight. Somewhat, yes, DG. Welcome to the beehive, my little drone. Seeking a sting of excitement to liven up your day? I can tell at a glance when folks are new to our happy colony. This nervous flying, you see, always gives them away. Why don't we play some cards to set you at ease, eh? I've got a game of high or low. It's simply a matter of guessing who has the bigger hand. If you win, I'll grant you a single favor. Within reason, of course. Interested? Ready for a game? Hello then. Good for you. No time like the present then, I say. Three cards for you, 3 cards for me. You'll flip one of yours and I'll flip 2 of mine. Now what's your call? Your total will be higher or lower than mine. We're going with high then. Right then, let's see what we've got. My card outs at 15, and you have a total of 16. Congratulations, your guess was right. Usually I concede defeat at this point. What do you say to a rematch? One more win and we'll talk about that favor. Now what's your call? Will your total be a little higher or lower than mine? She's on 10. I have a 2. We're going low then. Right, let's see what you've got. My card's up to 13 and you have a total of 15. Oh well. I lost! Oh dear, looks like this match goes to me. That's what I like to hear. Let's shuffle the deck. We're going low then. Right, let's see what we got. My card's up to 20 and you have a total of 11. Thanks for summoning a 10, Ori. Well, would you look at that? I think you got a knack for this newcomer. Congratulations! Picture is yours, as is the prize I promised. Come whisper in my ear, then, and don't be shy. Tell little Tista what she can do for you. That's all? How delightfully wholesome! If knowledge is all what you want, then what is you shall have. In my humble estimation, the most wondrous thing about this town is how safe we are from the sin eaters. They say Lord or Father is born with the power to command them, which means no young Mullen has ever raised a weapon in defense of the city. Was that the kind of thing you wish to know? If your wish still needs stretching, you may get a few words of Atherin over there. There's not that Mary's Salt likes more than the sound of his own voice. That's it. Need to move, you say? Yeah! Oh, just when you're only looking to peel away the layers of mystery. Oh, I'm all for charity, but you need to slow down and enjoy life, my friend. I tell you what, you up on stage and give us a dance first, and then we can have our little talk. That's the way, dance like there's no tomorrow. You're right. Vanderbilt Mumble. No, that's a show. You're welcome to clamber off the stage anytime you like. So what was it you wanted to ask me? Something about our fair city. Well, I can tell you that it wasn't always so peaceful as it is today. The Yeoman army may be the very essence of military might. Even our forces show grievous losses in the war against the Sinios. In exchange for us, around 20 years ago now, the old ruler's son came to power. He's got his way with the Sinios, you see. Turns them docile as house cats. I wouldn't be exaggerating to say that we become something of an ally to Yomal. No longer an enemy or to be feared. And yet some elsewhere there are still fools who insist on fighting their losing battles. Toast to Lord Valtteri. Whoops. Where's he gone? Oh, you've returned for your jaunt around the sea? So soon? You didn't have hurried back. Young Alvaro was putting out to put brush to the canvas. Oh, one cannot watch good art. I'm told. Or good artists, apparently. Ah, finally. I will get an ensemble of the garments you chose. Is this satisfactory? Oh, goodness gracious me! That last outfit was precious, but this makes you look positively dashing. You truly are a handsome boy. However, I am made to decide. I don't recall this part of the artistic process. Exactly. This lad's an artist, dearest, not a dress-up doll. It's about time we set him to work for the reason we called him here. Must we? I do love a good painting, but I thought since we were enjoying ourselves so thoroughly. Well, I'm not... That is to say... just make sure you get the lad time to repair. We know how... He'll be upset if he's not ready to paint at a moment's notice. Whatever you say, darling. So shall we pick up a Jolie next? Lady Chai has a particular sense of beauty, and apparently that extends to how I should dress whilst painting. But this obsession of hers works in our favour. The time I spent indulging these distractions is time you can use to continue your explorations. For this excursion, I'd like you to delve into the layer below us and sniff about the military headquarters. I'm sure the other story has its own tale to tell. There goes the Power Ranger. There's an Alfie here. He's gone now. that one I know why I haven't got yet.
Yeah, you're one of the bonded, aren't you? Like me. Please, I need your help. I can't sing anymore. I've been making excuses, but it's just not getting any better. And my patron thinks I'm of no use and that I need to sneak out the door so I can describe my condition to Thoriak. Here's a list of symptoms and I've got mail, the various medicines. Please, I'm the one else to turn to.
You need medicines, tonics, potions. A cure for alien voice, is it? No, medicine will cure this. He thinks your songbird's a lump in her throat. It must be cut out. Exercise. And even then, the voice may never heal completely. Poor little songbird. Will they kick her from the nest, I wonder? Or simply silence her chirps? Oh, your face, you don't know? Of our many old folks who enter the safe, very few are ever seen to leave, even as corpses. Oh, you might see one or two fortunate fools stumble from the balconies, with the rest gone. Town of Nightmares, is it? It is. Not for the shit, strats. Oh, no. I'm content to scurry around down here and nibble on the crumbs which fall from the table. This consultation is over. You have my verdict, and I have my meal. Good day.
Did you get my medicine? Is that it? What am I to do if I can't sing?
Oh, there you are, my sweet canary. Have you been crying again? Don't tell me your voice is still not on the mend.
Oh, generous sir, have mercy. I've done all I can, but even the pocket there said.
So you've been suffering all this time. I am sorry, my pet. I didn't realize your affliction was this grave. But you needn't fret. I'll not reward your hours of triskling by casting you out onto the street.
You're too kind, sir. What am I if I cannot sing? I fear that they have become a more burden to you than treasure.
Then I shall have a word with Lord Vothray and arrange for your ascension. And in that paradise where resides neither pain nor illness, will your song ring out clearly once again? Or mayhap you think it is a step too far?
No, why? You would do that for me?
Of course. I would almost wish to hasten my own ascension, knowing your blessed instrument was waiting there to greet me. Relina? Read the room, Relina. Ah, you must be a new arrival. Allow me to explain. As all know, the sin heroes exist to devour the sinful, but also do they serve to gather the souls of the innocent and shepherd them onto the celestial paradise. It is through Lord Valtteri we have learned this truth. It is through Lord Valtteri's grace that our people, free people of Yulmul, are destined to embrace salvation. We are blessed to spend our days surrounded by love and merriment, until at last we are called to our final rapture. Even the bonded may find a place within the hosts, should their patron deem them worthy.
Lord Valtteri truly is a great man, isn't he?
Now if you'll excuse us, we must be on our way. May you find eternal salvation for the compassion you have shown my precious canary. That was a weird head bump for Lena, but alright. I'm not meant to be able to do this at this point in the game, by the way. You can't actually use this tune to this ether until much later. Oh yeah, modest artist. It's good to see you back. You were taking so long I began to worry something had happened. I've been sketching out an outline for the portrait, but nay, the chies appear otherwise occupied. Why share your investigation you've gleaned thus far? So, Lord Valtteri boasts some manner of influence with the Sinningers, does he? That would explain the relevance of CEO, which he has a citizenry. As for this essential business, I can't help but put my mind on the apothecary and his ominous remarks. There's so many folk have entered the city over the years. But where do they go? I take my eye for a moment. You're chatting away with the sister of yours. I'm going to assume the outline is done then. What in the blazes? It's so unflattering. Explain yourself, Alvino. Where's your artistic interpretation? It should evoke the images of affluence and nobility, and overwhelm the viewer with its boundless beauty. Lord Chai, you say that this portrait is to commemorate your anniversary, yours being a joyous union. It seemed to me that a realistic portrayal. Realistic? I don't want realism, I want perfection! A spectacle to slacken jaws and weaken knees, to make people cry out in amazement. The picture blank carvings and... Such great screaming I could do. I'd say, did that come from above? Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A tale to make you quiver and your noble blood freeze. There was a villain on the loose, set to ruin our fair city. But our Lord has got in now, and his fate will not be pretty. Yes, the hammer of justice is poised to come crashing down, and one and all who would watch it fall are invited to join his lordship in the offer. malcontent? How dreadful. And this man is to face sentencing? That's right, in fact. If you're curious, it may be worth you going along for the experience. The offer they mention is part of the immigrant. The level above it's where Lord Fothry resides. Ordinarily, you'll be barred from entering. But since they'd be opening the doors for a little while. The crown lift will open. Take you up there. We better not dawdle then. You won't be careful around that malcontent, won't you? I should hate so far for you to come to any harm. Although I imagine Lord Fothry is the villain well to control. Honestly, it's a nice painting of them. Especially something he did in, what, 20 minutes? Joining crowd up there? Is there Texas where I've gone bad with DPR?
That's him. That's Fothry. He's attended by sin eaters. But how does he keep them from attacking?
Mercy! Mercy!
By the 12. Kaishia, what happened to you?
Who are these impudent louts? I do not recall requesting their presence.
Lord Fothry, what is the meaning of this? Why is this poor man bleeding to death on your floor?
Why? You ask me why? Because criminals must be punished. And this man is guilty of fraud. He came to us, claiming to be a man of business. Yet his subsequent conduct has shown him to be anything but. Europe is a city built on love for one's fellow man. Those who have naught to give and live only to take are a blight upon our society. To atone for this crime, I ordered that he fling himself from the balcony. And he had the temerity to weep. Please, my lord, anything but that. What then is a man of mercy to do? But offer the sinner another way to show his contrition.
Another way? Meaning what exactly?
Sin eaters are part of Yulmore's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether. So, I demanded an offering of flesh, carved by his own hand, from his own hide. And still, he could not do as I asked. A wholly unsatisfactory performance.
Tis true that Kaishia won his place here by fraud, but his actions were driven only by a desire to share in your paradise. That you would cast him out, I could almost accept. But to humiliate him thus, to demand his very life? Is this truly the way of Yulmore?
Dim, deluded child. Have you ever paused to consider what it takes to maintain such a paradise in this barren, broken world of ours? The guarantee of safety and stability. The knowledge that if one only abides by the rules, one has naught to fear. I alone can offer these things, for I alone can command the Sin Eaters. And thus am I alone the voice of justice, and any who oppose me, villains to be punished.
And people call this paradise.
You were granted a place in my city for a particular skill. What was it?
Painting.
Oh, an artiste! Then you shall paint a picture for me of Yulmore. If I find your art pleasing, then I may excuse this display of insolence. Who gave you permission to tend to that criminal's wounds? I told you to paint me a picture!
What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could. Can you walk?
I think so.
Did that little worm just insult me? I'll kill them! I'll kill them all! I'll enslave their minds! Torment them! Torture them! And tear out their hearts!
Forgive me. My anger is to march us back outside again. Though it is probably best that we leave the island altogether. I believe we've worn out our welcome in Yulmore. In any case, I've seen enough of this world's self-proclaimed capital city to convince me that their battle against the Sin Eaters will find few allies in Kalusia. I will accompany you back to the Castarium. We need to regroup and think on our new strategy anew. Kaishia, I have done you a great service. You were hungry and desperate and offered you a solution without once considering the risk inherent in your accepting. If I had but known the price you would have to be made to pay. You gave me everything I needed to make your idea work. It was me who made a mess of things, not you. But even after all the trouble I caused, you still stepped in and saved me. Now Lord Vothry wants us all dead. Why not go back with us to the Crystarium? I'm sorry we can work. Are you there, if you're willing? No. That would just be me leaning on your kindness again. I need to start thinking. Learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. Very well, but you must promise you'll be careful. You almost may not come looking for us. I'll keep that in mind. Don't worry. And you take care too. Give me that chance to repay you for what you've done for me. Alphino! Lord and Lady Chai. What in blazes did you do? They have the entire city looking for you. I took a peek at your unfinished portrait, Alphino. Now, many a beautiful and striking picture painted for me, but there was something of your work. It was though you had caught the very essence of our love and rendered it naked upon the canvas. It was bold and unflinching, and I adored it. Please, you must come back with us and finish where you began. I will speak with Lord Vothry and vouch for your character. I'm sure we can smooth over any hard feelings. I'm sorry, Lady Chai. There are more important matters to which I must attend. More important? What can be more important than enjoying the days we have left to us to the fullest? Pray press me no further. We are leaving, but we not presume to take the garments you are so kind to all procure me. One moment. I won't hear of it. Keep the clothes, you silly boy. I insist. I shall make arrangements so that you can pass through the gate without causing stir. I expect you to come and visit. I will return. I promise you that. The outrage I witnessed must not go on unanswered. Next time we meet, I shall be better prepared to confront the corruption which hides behind the glittering facade. So, the Chais are actually really nice. Just as a heads up. And yes, Magtai, it took him a few moments to realise that he got insulted there. Oh, that is such a good Alfie moment, though. My boy channeled Cryo to a T. Oh, I have no excuse not to get that one. I'm going to get that one later. Thank you, my friend, for staying at my side this whole sort of endeavour. It was not quite the joyous outcome I had hoped for. However, it's nevertheless answered a great many questions. Suffice to say that for the subjects. Come with me, we must speak to the expert. Your chance. This is far from over us. Just need to wait and see, Magtai. I do love it when I'm doing something at the same time as actually first timer. It was good to be back amongst friends. In such company, I could finally turn my thoughts to the future. Before we discuss all that you learned and began to plan our steps, I think it's best you visit Alice. Her familiarity Amarek will no doubt provide us invaluable insight. And besides, I know she is as eager as you to see you as I was. Bring a smile to her face, Relina. Ready to depart for Amarang? Alice will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she is particularly concerning for your well-being. She, impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was. Repeatedly. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner some measure of forgiveness. Here, take this letter of introduction addressed to a man named Cassard, the master of a merchant caravan. There are few who know the way of the desert as well as he does. Find him at Amaro Launch and he will see you reach your destination. So the plan is to try and get to the first dungeon tonight. But that is looking difficult. It is, after all, 20 past 11. I can't remember if Alice says it's longer or shorter. Oh, friend of the Exarch. Hoping to meet someone in Amarang, are you? I shall be your guide. I'll just set off for the outpost there, as a matter of fact. So we can leave right away. So you have everything you need. All set, and off to the unforgiving sands we go. These sands are not waking.
Arang. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Armarang meant majestic land in the language of his people. And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
Oof. No matter how many times I come here, the heat just never fails to catch me off guard. Don't be surprised when the temperature drops tonight. Though the sky is so bright, of course, it's still brisk enough to make you shiver. Now, the Exarch Lair said I was to take you to the inn at Journey's Head, which is where Alice's friend of yours is staying. But that's a fair old distance, so I propose we make a stop in Moorsuck to break with the trek. Allow me to attend to some business and you enjoy the local hospitality. Sound good? Good. Alright, you lot, I'm off. I better not see any goods covered in sand when I get back. Right. We head southwest, straight as an arrow. Stop here a moment. This is your first visit to Amarang, isn't it? Before you cross the river sand, you must turn around to feast your eyes on that. They built them big, didn't they? This Kashar Sal, a fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Nabartharang. Seeing what's left behind, I believe it when they say it was once of one of Norbrand's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. Great chunks of Nabretharang's lands were lost to the light, his great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying, most of them anyway. Not many choose to come here these days, not with everything in ruins. Even the Hulk and Great Fortress has become little more than Amarorus for me and the caravan. But not everywhere is as desolate as this place. Just wait till you see Mordsock. Let's press on, shall we? You guys probably want to keep this in mind. There we are, Mordsock. By the blessed, I love this town. Mordsock, not just full of Mord, but humans from all manner of others too. It's been a long refuge for folk displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. Oh, have you met Mord before? They might look like shitty little blighters, but the more welcoming lot you can never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we should pay our respects to Master Gungan. I'll go ahead and let you know we've arrived. These do be kobolds. I need to take that mobile off that bar. That's a kobold.
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mordsook.
Souk is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Mordsook's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Mord do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Mord philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then. If you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
As the good Mord says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
the gold?
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer. I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here! Come and look!
You buy?
Thanks, dude.
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots.
I like the idea of pots.
Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
The pot sounded so shiny. Welcome to Ronron's, traveler. Where's the end of your person? Fill your belly. Take your time, stare or sniff before you choose, but no drooling on the merchandise, yes? Well, we have frog, meat, bread, or worms. I'm feeling the bread myself. What are you guys thinking? Should we eat Ron? Oh, break the rupee jars. Wait, okay. Oh, you like those? Chewy skewers, fried small frog, hiding under rocks, spear a stick, then roast and cover over. Correctly on the outside, gooey on the inside. Perfect for snacking. That's my ever-burning bounty. Made with best parts of lizard, cured from special spicy spices. Some find the smell challenging, but I'll warm you up in the chilly desert night. I call that mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bittersweet cactus fruits, so even if the bread dries out, it'll still be moist inside. Keep you going in the heat. The bread is cactus juice. Everyone's favorite, plump white worms, slathered in honey. Once you eat a glazed worm, you'll never want any other treat. We have to. They all look tasty, yes? Which would you like to choose? It'll quench me. Ain't nothing quenchier. I'm very wise. You once withered on the sands at the cactus just building. You have the gold? And done! One Barbatana spawns buys you 40 loaves of bread. And thus I just ate 40 loaves of bread. Every last mouthful. What an appetite! What a belly! A new legend is born in Consider your coins are cracked. I am pleased to accept your custom, and Gengen will be pleased to honor you on our dowers. Keeping the merchandise down, yes? No returns. I was watching you over here, Lena. You honored our custom and with great relish. You'll always be welcome, Mortsuk. If you need anything in Amalang, we are here to provide. You have courage, my friend. Ron's wares are most exotic than harmful. I don't envy you the bellyache you'll have in the morrow. Right, now that you've eaten, I expect you are eager to get back on the road. Would you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I can conclude our business here in Mortsuk. Oh, offering your service, are you? Aye, well, an assistant would certainly help hurry things along. I have a receipt here for some goods that need picking up from the market. All probably paid for. You just need to do the lifting and carrying. I'll go take care of some last minute hangings, then see you in a bit. What? Cassage, didn't you? Why did you say so? I would dream of selling his goods to a higher bidder. Oh, no. Never umbrella, like, wasn't it? All packed in the box there. I know what care. You came at Cassage? Yes? Good. I can find yourself thinking about that sec. Please take care of your prickly purchase. Oh, fuck, I remember this one threw me through for a bit. Iron! Whew. Okay. Don't tell me you've been around the market already. I do have a flying unicorn. It makes things a lot faster. Aye, that looks like the lot. Alright. Good work. And quick work too, considering you've not set foot in a place before. I thought you'd want to sit in the city like the Exarch. But so it tells me you're no stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents some real problem. I'd hoped to conclude our business before you returned, but it seems there's been some confusion over one of my orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middlemen and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around until twilight comes. Cassard? Feels like an age since I last saw you. Well, if it isn't the lovely Tesleen. It's been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This lady was on her way to meet with Elsie. I'm supposed to be taking her to your corner of the desert, but a misplaced order has commandeered my attention. Wait, I know who you are. Alice has told me so much about you. You're Lena, aren't you? I knew it. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all these stories. I'm Tesleen. I work as a carer at the inn and I've gotten to know Elsie quite well since she took our duties there. Do you want me to take over these as Reader's guide, Cassard? My shopping's all done and packed in for the road, so it won't be no trouble. That would be a great help, thank you. Well, looks like you'll be able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while yet. Take me out when you've had your fill of Amarang, and I'll send you back to the Crystarium. She does actually look like Lise. It's probably the hair. Alice seems to be desperate to see you, Relina, so let's get going rather than later. It isn't too hard to find, really. You can actually see the top of the rock spines from here. We just need to swing around the bridge and head south. Come on, I'll get you my supplies again and we meet you outside. Where? All set? I probably should have mentioned the wildlife. Well, most of them will leave you be if you keep your distance. The local coyotes will have learned to prey on folk heading home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. Do you think you can handle any bees that try to make a meal of us? I thought you might. Elsie was always saying how much you... let's get going, shall we? Elsie, what have you been telling people about me? Sorry, there wasn't much time to shout warning. Where you been? Those things can be nasty. Yet they're hardly matched for you, it seems. I'd always thought Elsie was strong, but in her mind, she was never... Now it makes sense. Well, we should push on. It might be best if you scout ahead and clear out any coyotes that I have our scent. I'll wait so you can fight without any distractions. Then Relina surfed on an alligator off an exploding helicopter. What a girl! I did ask her to smoke me a kipper. Oh, thank goodness you're back. I can hear the howling and snarling from here. Frightful creatures. Let's hope the rest have seen your handiwork and not to avoid us now. I need to get these supplies back to the inn. This is it. Thanks to you, I don't have to drop my shopping once again. Come on to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make the trip alone. It seems you ended up escorting me. I have to repay the favor somehow. First, let's head inside, shall we? Welcome to the end of Journey's Head. You may be our first visitor from the Crystarium since Alistair arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carers. You don't know? I don't think I've met anyone besides Alistair who was so unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folks have grown up knowing someone and knew someone. I might leave something obvious, so it might be best to have Alistair give you the full explanation. Now, where is she? I think she might be out on patrol. You could wait, I suppose, but why not go and tell and surprise her? She usually takes a look at things from the watchtower first, so you might be able to see her, catch her there. It's not far. Head out to the south side and you'll soon see it. I'll stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. So many of these I have missed. Alistair is nowhere to be seen, but you spot fresh footprints on the ground. They look like to be the right size. Northward. There are 4 tracks, but they into the mess of the disturbed sand.
Get back here! Is that... It can't be.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner. How are you?
So did I when I first saw this one, Ori.
We fought them to a standstill then. The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the Flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the First tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the Flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether and triggering the birth of new monstrosities. They are creatures of base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason, which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
It's just a matter of time before, more for some, less for others. Those patients will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of society and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served well as a training ground. Tesleen and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters, which is knowledge I can share with you. Well, you helped me finish my patrol, of course. Here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the inn and you can do the west. That way you can undo the experience of the resident terrors. These marks on the map show where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a Sin Eater. But you'll know soon enough when they come slavering after your ether. Remember, this killer will be killed with these monsters. Once you're slain, whatever's prowling around out there, we can rendezvous back at the north entrance. Good hunting. So how are you guys doing in Chatland? Are you enjoying Shadowbringers? Oh, hello. That makes me glad. How did you fare? I thought there might be one or two lurking in the fringes. Nothing out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you know as yourself, but individually these lesser sin eaters are no more deadly than any natural predator you may encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat, much like the void scent. They have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful sin eater goes on the hunt, it may be attended to by an invertible swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures depending on a village or a hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols. They call their ranks often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out to play. And they've certainly helped on that front. Let's report our victories to Tesleen, shall we? Tesleen. Alice tells me you've held out on patrol. Your thanks, and my apologies for lending you out from one battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you have found each other. You have no idea how badly Alcé has missed your company. Everything is always if Lena was here or she would. That's an exaggeration. And I don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective. And I respect Rolena's methods. Honestly, after seeing her in action, I can understand why. The way she leaps into the fray without hesitation really is something to behold. I might be a little smitten myself. I'm only teasing, though I've no doubt she deserves all the admiration she gets, just as you do. I mean, girls, I'm not going to get in the way of you two, don't worry. I'd love to lay out a welcome meal, but the duties I put off when I went to the market are still waiting for me. There are 101 things that need doing. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Alice? What? That's one of our thumbs while you work yourself to death. Surely there's something we could do to help with you. I could do with a hand, it's true. Thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the larder, I'll say. Well, we can do that. Could you tend to a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I meant to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them. And seeing any the skin is caked in sand. The names are Palnil, Todden, and Harlric. They may not give much in the way of response, but I promise I'll be pleased to meet someone new. Yeah, that's pretty damn true, Ori. Thank you. John glanced at you blankly. But you noticed the tension in his face eased slightly. Alec remains utterly still as you wipe the sand off from his cheek. The texture of his skin is hardened to something akin to plaster. You've seen the patients. How were they? Good. That's good. I knew they would enjoy meeting you. I am concerned about Halric, though. I'll have to speak with the other carers, but I think his time may be near. We shall leave you with that decision then. I was going to take Raleigh to Mort Suk if you had any errands that were needed doing. I suppose there is one thing. Would you pick up a nectarine from the markets, please? Gassar's caravan's just passed through, so Ron should have some fresh fruit. Come then, Alina. There's something I want you to see. Whether we stop at Ronron's style, of course. Being able to fly makes us so much faster. Really, I could just teleport back and forth, but you know. We're in a new world, guys. We need to see it. Oh, back again, are you? You need another taste of Ronron's wares? Actually, we're looking to buy nectarine. Do you have any in stock? Ah, yes, nectarines. Peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Given how originally you cracked our coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this one, free of charge. Gods, I've never seen a Mord merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Ah, yes. I'll take a jar of honeyed worms as well. Oh no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. Words if you please. Only the best wigglers for you. Come again, my friends. Right, as our shopping chores taken care of, let's head to the Passy Aetheryte to the main tower. The view I want to show you can only be seen from this very top. Here are your precious worms. That buys us a trip to the top of the tower, does it not? Glaze Wigglers! You actually brought them! I really shouldn't let you, but just this once, alright? Only once! Never fails. Shall we?
Look, over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond? That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty, white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought, it's Halric's favorite fruit. Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn. Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals. I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed? Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons. But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
I'm glad I was able to show you that. When it comes to understanding the catastrophe that befell the first, one glimpse of the empty wasteland beyond the wall is worth more than an hour of Urianji's lecturings. I need you to know beyond a doubt that Tesleen has no other choice. The nectarine will be a kindness. It isn't just a threat to pose to others. When a person becomes an eater, the pain appears to be excruciating. The carers are truly fond of their wards, and will spare them the suffering. It's their way of fighting back against the fate worse than death. Whew. You're back. Hope you had a nice time. Did you manage to find a nectarine? Thank you. I'll explain why I wanted this, Tachi. I see it in your eyes. We need not worry just yet. I've spoken to the others and we decided to keep an eye on Harlech for now. Thanks to you though, if his time does come suddenly, we'll be able to send him on his way with a taste of happier days. Well, nothing good is going to happen for a little while yet, so let's see if we can't lighten the mood. We don't want our gloomy faces worrying with patients. I think it's time for a welcome meal, don't you? Take a seat. I'll make us a nice stew.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
I think that actually is.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs. That's what I like to hear. Give me a moment to warm up the pot. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
They're coming.
Desleen! Have you seen Halrek? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Lena, Elsie, we have to go look for Harlock. I don't know what's going into him, but if he's wandering out there alone... Well, sign search areas and split up. Any idea where you might be headed? No, he's never done anything like this before. It can't be a coincidence that the other patients are suddenly getting so agitated. They can sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to the inn. Harlock isn't very sure on his feet, so won't have gone far. I'll search to the east side. Please, Harlock. Please be alright. I'll cover the north and west. Then you take everything from here from the south.
Any sign of him? No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will. Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it! There it is! Is that... Oh no! Ulrich!
We have to run!
Tesseline! No!
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I...
Welcome to Shadowbringers. I'm sorry, Relina. I tried to tell the carers what happened, but I can't be the shoulder to lean on. Not like this. It's so unfair. Tesley was always so cheery with the patients. Tell them not to be scared, that their time wouldn't be any pain. Of all the people in the world to suffer such a fate. You just made me mad. That is an appropriate descriptor for that, yes. I imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us. So I appreciate what you're doing here. Me? I can barely. I don't have the words. With our body, we can't even give her a proper burial. And she cared about that sort of thing. About giving people the chance to say their goodbyes. Oh, frickin'. Alaric is as responsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring into the sky, where the sinner ears made their escape. Say, thank you. What are you doing? It means a lot to me. Sorry to interrupt. We realized and thanked you for rescuing Alaric. You weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt? There wasn't even a fight. I was too late. Too slow. And I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Alaric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to the decision. I won't be continuing my role here. I hope you'll forgive me for leaving you. And that you will delay Harloc's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course. She would have done the same. Farewell, Alaric. Keep Daslene's words close to your heart. Wait, you're leaving this very moment? I'm not understanding how you feel, but surely this is a bit hasty. Do you have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes. And a purpose. This damned light building without cease. There's a reason we can't save those corrupted by the eaters. But what we corrected the balance. Even if I were only a little by little, even if it took years, it would surely make things better. Now hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light. How could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. That's right. We should return to the Crystarium. I may not be able to repel the ears on my own, but I can still use the skills I've gained here to hurt them. Unfortunately, guys, it's 12:30. And I know the dungeon will take at least half an hour, and I don't have that kind of energy tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get us to the point when we... well, just before the dungeon. Or at least this quest unlocks the dungeon. And we'll resume from there next week. Forgive me, Relena. I can stay a moment longer. I was serious about what I said. Well, the men and women in the end battle against the blight and the kindness. I must fight my own way. With steel. God's above. Feels like an age ago now. Miss Alice, is there anything I can get you? You're swift as Amaro. I need to return to the Crystarium. Immediately. As you wish. Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over Amarang again. I've barely gotten to sand out my eyes. But the wind did help to clear my head at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe the Seniors out. Shall we? Thank you for seeing me out, Relena. It means a lot to have you here, there at my side. Looking at Alphino, I see he's eager to begin this discussion as I am. I say we leave our experience before the Exarch and step back to see what kind of picture they make. They can decide where to go from there. That's going to do it for tonight, guys. That's a good point today. Next week, we will be resuming from here. Thank you all very, very much for stopping by and hanging out. Even with the weird hiccup we had in the first third of the stream. This is my favorite expansion in the game. And it's just such a treat to be back. Thanks for joining, Darth. By the way, I didn't know it until I was actually setting the stream up today, and I didn't want to make a big deal about it. Today's my anniversary of being an affiliate, as it turns out. Well, yesterday was. Yeah. And honestly, there's only one part of this game that would have been a better point for that to be. And I'm glad we got this one. But that is going to do it for tonight. I am exhausted. So I'm going to send you guys over to Drophy, who are currently doing a garlic phone stream. And I am going to go to bed. Thank you all so much. And until next time, here in the first. Cheery bye. Oh, cheery cheery. Cheery bye.